A very good morning. My name is Ismawaty Ismail.
My name is Siti Nurhalizah binti Sabri.
My name is Ellysa Hanna Daren.
My name is Syahirah Afika binti Rajon. Can call me Sha.
My name is Flora.
First and foremost, the spending behavior can be defined as a behavior affecting the way a person uses their money in order to satisfy their wants and needs without any use of control. According to the survey, the respondents been asked whether they prepare a spending budget, paying loan installment on time, and accessing affordability before spending or not. The survey distributed based on gender, age, monthly income, and employment. Based on the gender, we can see that mostly females are planning for spending budget, loan installment on time, and accessing affordability before spending compared to males. In terms of age, the survey showed that those that 50 years old are more conscious about their spending behavior. This is due to reach their retirement age. Next, monthly income. People who less than 2,000 income per month are likely having trouble with their financial spending than more people who has more than 4,000 monthly income. Last but not least, employment. Government sectors are probably prepared their spending budget, pay the loan, and access the affordability before spending the private sector and the self-employed.
Okay, next, I will present about saving behavior. Alright, saving behavior is defined as an understanding on how people in a country in order to realize the economic condition of that country. Continue with propensity to save among Malaysian working adults chart or survey. There are 18% of them who are unable to make any saving, while 53% of them save from 1% to 10% of their money income, followed by 16% of them can only save between 11% to 20% of their income, and last, 13% of them could save 20% and above of their monthly income. So, as I mentioned earlier, that 18% of them are unable to save money. Hence the question, why can't Malaysian working capital save? There are 7 possible reasons that is suggested by the survey. First reason is cost of living, followed by no surplus income, high debt commitment, uncertainty about how much they have to save, frequently overspending, do not have spending plan, and last reason is the unreadiness to save. As we can see, high cost of living is the main reason why many Malaysian working adults are unable to save. Moving on, here is the planning made for retirement intensifies as one gets older. In terms of age, people who are aged in 50 to 59 are the most likely to have a plan in retirement, followed by age 20 to 29, 40 to 49, and 30 to 39. Apart from that, in terms of number of dependents, those with 1 to 5 children are most likely to plan for their retirement rather than those with no dependents. Next is a respondent who is married and divorced are in the top list of the retirement rather than the person with a single status. For income, a person with the highest monthly income, which is 6,000 to 10,000 per month, are most likely to plan for their retirement rather than those with less than 2,000 income per month. Last but not least, in terms of employment, government employees are the top list in planning for retirement, followed by those who work in the private sector, and lastly, the self-employed. Thank you.
Hi, so next is debt management. So what is debt management? Debt management is involve financial planning and budgeting to get the debt under control. So firstly, we're going to look into the attitude toward paying loan on time. So based on the report, the average overall score is 7.85. For gender group, female Malaysian working adults score are above the average score compared to the male who score below the average score. By age group, those in the 20 until 39 group score below average, while those in 40 until 59 group score above average. Next, for those with 1 until 5 dependents are mostly able to pay loan on time compared to those with more than 5 dependents and no dependents. For employment, the self-employees are most challenged in paying loan on time compared to those who work in government and private sector. However, the non-executive also struggle to pay their loan on time. Hence, Malaysian working adults that earn less than 4,000 are challenged to pay their loan installment on time. In paying only 5% or minimum payment on credit card account has negative impact on financial wellness. For those who suffer to paying only 5% or a minimum payment on credit card account are Malays or Bumiputera and others. In terms of employment, they are mostly adapting this to this habit. In the term of monthly income, Malaysian working adults from the lower income are mostly to pay only the minimum payment compared to the rest. So next is money exposure. For money exposure, we only made a comparing between male and female Malaysian working adults group. Basically, there are 6 common types of loan, which are housing loan, car loans, education loans, personal loans, and non-bank loans. As we can see on the chart, the male groups score higher in 5 types of loan. However, for the education loans, females score higher than the male. Last but not least is excess money. According to the report, the Malaysian working adults prefer to pay debts on the age between 50 until 59 years. For the youngest ages, which are 20 until 29 years, tend to spend more on essential items. So, that's all from my part. So, I'm going to pass this to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, today I am excited to share with you about financial well-being. In this presentation, I will cover 3 main points. First, the financial well-being dimension. Second, the level of financial well-being among Malaysian working adults, which is MWAs. And the third, the key to financial well-being. So that will be an overall structure of my presentation. And now let's move to the first point. But before that, it will be more interesting if you know what is actually financial well-being. As what Malay said, tak kenal maka tak cinta. Okay, financial well-being relates to the ability to make ends meet, feeling comfortable with one's current financial positioning, and having financial resilience. First in first, financial well-being have 3 dimensions, which is ability to make ends meet. That means he is in financial positions to cover his daily expenses, can afford to buy any item he wants, and does not borrowing to buy basic needs. Next, feeling comfortable with current financial positions. From the report, it is having enough money to cover basic needs and also some extra money at the end of the month, having the confidence to achieve short-term financial goals, and the confidence to be able to retire comfortably. And the last one, financial resilience. If his financial position is enough to cover an emergency expenditure of 1K medical costs, 2.5K, and 3-month expenses of refreshment. We move to the level of financial well-being among MWAs. From the chart, we can see that the average score of 6.21 points for level of financial well-being of Malaysia working adults is within the surviving range of 6.0 to 8.0 points. As we see here, female MWAs are the better financial shape with an average score of 6.35 while male score 6.05. If we see the age here, This age group of 50 to 59 are the best financial positioning score, 6.75. Last, if you look at the employment that show government employees having a better financial well-being compared to those who working in private sector or the self-employed. From this, we can say that MWAs with higher job positions are better state of financial well-being. The more you earn, the stronger your financial well-being. Last but not least, let's move to the key to financial well-being. First, financial knowledge remain important. When we talk about knowledge, if it the first things that we need to improve financial. We need to look up this relationship and make sure that it is positive relationship. What is that? Okay. A positive relationship between financial knowledge and financial behavior. Second, positive relationship between level of financial knowledge and financial well-being. Third, the positive relationship between financial behavior and financial well-being. Furthermore, financial behavior. This need to look at the percentage of income saved. From this report, MWAs show saved between 6 to 10%. In short, the more MWAs save, the better financial well-being score. They are more comfortable and financially resilient. Lastly, financial goals shape financial behavior. In fact, goals provide directions for planning and action. I repeat it. Goals provide directions for planning and action. And this report, financial goals include the goals to settle debt faster, to retire comfortably, to ready emergency, to buy a house, to prepare for lost job, to upskill, to get return on investment, to purchase a car, and to go on luxurious holiday. The survey showed that MWA's top financial goals are to settle debt, which is equal to 8.224 mean, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's move to the conclusion. In conclusion, the financial well-being among MWAs is at a dismal level, which is uncompromised position and warrants immediate attention. It is because the survey showed that most of the MWAs are unable to meet, uncomfortable with the current financial situation, and lack financial resilience. I think that is all from me. Thank you.
So last but not least is financial resilience. So financial resilience is the ability to withstand a life event that will have a negative impact on one's income or assets. For instance, it could be unemployment, divorces, disability, and health issue that will have influence in individual financially. So first and foremost, we will be discussing about the ability of Malaysia working adult to pay RM 1,000 ringgit in case of emergency. So as we can see over here, that the highest percentage of Malaysia working adult that could not pay is 53%, which is by the working adult that has less than RM 2,000 ringgit income monthly. And meanwhile, the lowest percentage is 41%, which is by the working adult by the age of 30 to 39. Accordingly, it will be the working adult that divorce or self-employment, and 43% is by the working adult in non-executive level. And next, we will be discussing about the ability of Malaysia working adult to cover 3-month expenses if retrenched. So the highest percentage of Malaysia working adult that could not cover 3 months of expenses if retrenched is 70%, which is by the working adults that has less than Rm 2,000 ringgit income monthly. And meanwhile, the lowest percentage of Malaysia working adult that couldn't cover the 3-month expenses if retrenched is by the working adult of 20 to 29. Accordingly, 61% is by the employee in the army, police, or enforcement sectors and manufacturing sectors, and then 60% is by the working adult in non-executive level and working adult by the age of 30 to 39, and 59% is by the working adult that has income between Rm 2000 and Rm 4000. So last, we will be discussing about the important step of financial resilience. First, it will be the to have overall debt to income ratio low. Second, to have an emergency fund. Third, to choose a suitable life insurance. And then fourth will be to increase knowledge of personal financing. Thank you.